What is going on, gamers? It's your boy Drizzum Gaming, and I am back with another episode of the UAB Blazer Dynasty, blazing a new path. It is week 5 for the number 8 UAB Blazers, who are now taking on a very tough opponent. Again, if you remember from last season, this was a late season matchup where the 6-2 Temple Owls took on the 7-1 number 19 UAB Blazers at the time, and we were able to come out with that win at home. But this year, having to go on the road to Philadelphia to play these Temple Owls again for a second time will not be as easy as it was the first time, as they do return their starting quarterback, Brady Hart, and a couple of guys that we played last season as well, but we return some of those same people, and this is a conference game, as you see. This will be our first conference game of the year. Temple is already 1-0 in the conference, so without further ado, we're going to jump into this American Conference game. And here we are. Lovely Lincoln Financial Field here in Philadelphia. It's going to be a nice game here in the NFL stadium. As you see, Hart and the Owls are running out of the tunnel, ready to avenge their loss 23-14 from last season. They have not forgotten about that loss. They don't care that UAB is number 8. They don't care that we're undefeated. All they care about is avenging that loss. But we don't plan on slowing down. And here we go, baby. Easy Key, quarterback masterclass last week against FCS, 274 touchdowns, man. That's what you like to see from your guy. But we're going to bring this offense back on the field. Got a little bit of a stadium post. I mean, I like that. Temple doing a thing. But we don't care about that, man. We UAB. We came out here to keep this win streak alive. We undefeated right now. As we try to dump it to Baller, and he comes up with a catch. He doesn't have many catches on the year. I usually struggle pretty to throw to my right side. But we're going to try to open up that playbook as we get Cordell to count his first carry of the game. And he'll pick up a couple yards. And you know what the saying is, man. If you know it, say it with me. When zero in, we got to let him spin. So we're going to throw to him once again with some blocking out in front of him. And that's Hooks. Juking out a defender. Hooks with a really nice block there for LeCount. And so this offense rolling as usual. I see number 12 out there, man. Y'all don't remember him from last year. He was really giving us that work, but a die. Not able to come up with that catch. That's probably some of that inexperience, since Adai didn't play very much last year. But we're going to keep working with him. As you see, I'm swapping these running backs in and out. You'll see everybody this game as LeCount get his second carry of the game. But it's 3rd and 8, man. We can't worry about the run game if it's not going. We got to make sure we can pass the ball too. And so O'Kee will send Tabor in motion. And he has a guy Hooks there, but not enough speed to get away from the defender. But we'll rush back to the line because I think we got something. I think if we can get 4 yards right there, we can do it again. As Tabor again in motion there by O'Kee. And we'll just throw it there. But it's intercepted. We had the mesh concept, but instead, we might have picked the wrong person to throw it to, and that's a pick 6 to start the game. Oh, man. Not exactly how you want to start a game against a tough team. Thought we had something there. Probably should have punted it away. Coach Cena's on the sideline right now, fussing at himself that he even put his team in that type of position. But he's got to put that offense back out on the field. He's on the sideline telling O'Kee to just let that play go. Go back out there and do what you do. So we'll hand it off to Tabor now here on 1st down. And he's stuffed. That stadium post is rocking just a little bit, just enough to probably affect O'Kee. As we dump it there to Baller for his second catch. And that's 3rd and 10, man. Not where we want to be right now this early in the game. And man, a dangerous spot to be in here on the road. 3rd and 10 on just your second drive of the game. But we'll dump it down here to Tabor, who has some space outside. Gets up a gain of more than 15, moving those chains, kind of settling O'Key back into the game. And as he sees something in the coverage, he makes an adjustment there to Hooks' route. Takes the one-on-one opportunity, but just a little overthrown and knocked away there by the defender. But we got to keep O'Key in a rhythm, settle down. So here on 2nd down, we're going to dump it back down to Tabor again for just a screen. And we got a guy, and we had a step, but our O-lineman couldn't get there fast enough. This is exactly what you wanted on your first drive, but you didn't get it because you throw the interception there. As O'Key will roll out with plenty of space in front of him and just slide down there for 12 yards. Easy O'Key is going to find his footing every time. It's fine. Everything is okay. We cannot panic as we got a man, but we cannot make that throw, so we'll get outside and get another easy 18. Therefore, O'Key, it's easy. It's easy like a Sunday morning. O'Key one day will be playing on a Sunday morning. I guarantee it. And that is a touchdown there to a die. Like I said, you got to continue to throw to your inexperienced guys. He had one knocked away. But there, a touchdown to tie it up. A tough throw there for O'Key. A tough catch there for a die. But that is a touchdown nonetheless. And there it is again. Like I said, Brady Hart, who is just in his sophomore redshirt season, just like O'Key. So this may be a rivalry we see impending the fact that we do or don't move to a new conference. If we win out the conference again in American conference play, we'll move on to the ACC. But we may play Temple again next season. Or we'll find a way, if Brady Hart is to leave Temple, to play him next season, as we 100% anticipate O'Key continuing to be our starter, possibly through next season. As there, Breida comes up with a tackle after just a gain of 2 yards, trying to keep this running back, this new guy, from I know he didn't play last season, but trying to keep this guy corralled. As there, a nice breakup, as I thought we were almost going to have a pick six of our own. The safety came down just in time. We have just about everything here played. And there, for the pressure, knocks the ball away, making it 4th down, bringing out the Owl punt team now. Makes it interesting. As LeCount will take that punt return, find some space, almost getting away, but only picking up probably a negative gain right there. As how the tables have turned again here possibly for the Blazers, as O'Key sees a dive but is just a little overthrown, possibly a big game, probably could have ran as well. But O'Key trying to make that throw on the run, had a dive there for a step, but unable to come up with the grab, as he'll send a dot in a motion again and dump it down to him. He has plenty of space and a run, just one guy in front of him, but unable to juke him, as you see Coach Cena getting out of the way. But that's a 1st down, and the clock is going with less than a minute to go. We got Collins in, and we'll hand it off to him with the blocker in front of him. But there is no gain there, but we will rush back to the line. I know that usually happens with 0 in LeCount. You know what happens when he's in. We got to let him spin. But we are trying to keep this ball moving, as a die who comes up with his 2nd catch on the game. A big gain, and we're going to keep this thing going. As a matter of fact, I think we finding a rhythm right now with O'Key. So I'm going to keep it going for just another play before the quarter break, as we probably got nothing. But O'Key gets outside and picks up another large gain here, getting out of bounds, moving the chains. And that is the first quarter. I know O'Key wants that interception back from the first drive, because without it, man, you're probably looking at 14, maybe even 21 nothing at this point for the Blazers. But we got to score this touchdown first to even make that score what I just said it is, as we dump it down to a die who is making all types of incredible catches here today with the help of O'Key, who is throwing the ball to him. As now checking into the game, our fourth running back in rotation, Nate Rogers, who will take a handoff here, go up the middle, get us a first down. And Marquis Anderson is hurt on the play. I really wanted to go a little quick there, but that injury forces us to go slow. And with 7 minutes left to go here on first and goal, we'll take the snap, seeing the space, getting the touchdown. That's O'Key, and that's a Blazer touchdown. It's going to take a lot of work, but man, my goal right now with O'Key is to at least get him to be an All-American this year, and not just an American Conference All-American. I want to make him a NCAA All-American this season. I think he has the talent to do so. I'm also thinking very hard this season, or after this offseason, going into manual progression, doing a little bit to the sliders to make it fair, to where I can progress quite well, or not just well, but at the same rate, but having manual progression. I think I tried it in a offline dynasty and I kind of liked it. So I want to try and see how I can upgrade my own players as we come up with a big stop right there. And that is going to force Temple off the field again, as here on 4th and inches, I'm sure they probably wanted to go for it, but on their own territory, they'll just punt the ball away. And Rogers now is back deep to return. And he has a little slip of space, but he just gets the yards that he can. That'll bring the offense and Rogers back out. And O'Key, seeing something again in the defense, makes an adjustment, as he's allowed to do as one of our veterans on the team. But that adjustment will prove to be the wrong one. And so now on 2nd and long, you know what we're going to do. We're going to throw that screen. We got blockers out in front. We just want Rogers to get exactly what he just did. A nice, solid game. Something that's going to put us in a 3rd and short usage. And so, we're looking for our favorite route to drag, but we probably don't have it. But that's enough space for O'Key to run into the Owl sideline and let him know I got the first down. We're going to keep the chains going. With 3 1/4 left on the 2nd quarter before halftime, it's very important for us to get some points right here. Keep this clock draining so we don't give the Owls an opportunity to get the ball back too fast. As making adjustments there is O'Key, but having nothing and just dumping it to Tabor, picking up 1 yard. And so a big play right here. You see the fans once again getting into it, as O'Key once again will see the space and put his shoulder down. Probably could have just ran up there, but didn't, making it a 4th and short here. But man, we're going to take the risk. We don't get the ball out the half here at midfield. We're just going to hand it right to Tabor. Tabor gets that 1 yard. We're going to rush back to the line since we are here close to the quarter break and run another play. Oh, wow. What a pass there by O'Key, but just not able to bring it in. There's Daisy. Again, one of our more inexperienced guys there on that route. An amazing extension of the play there by O'Key. An amazing throw there by O'Key to even give us a chance. But that's an even better throw there on 3rd and 10 there before the 2-minute warning to Ferguson, giving us a first down up to the 16-yard line. You see, the only struggle right now is when O'Kee extends the play and he has to throw the ball. Other than that, if he stands in that pocket, throws that ball, as you see, no gain there by Tabor, and the clock's continuing to go. But when O'Kee is able to stand in the pocket and just throw the ball, he throws the spin out of that. Man, he throws the thread out of the ball. But here we are with a minute left in 3rd and 7 here in the second quarter. We'll send a die in motion, but Ferguson opens up there and gets the short catch, and he's hurt on that play. Hope he's able to come back. And on 4th and 1, and after the injury timeout, there's no, of course, it's 100% we're going for it here on the 7-yard line. And we'll hand it off to LeCount, who is met, but gets across after driving his legs down to the 4-yard line. As Ferguson has a little bit of an injured hand, may affect his catching, but we'll just sit him down for a couple of plays here before halftime. And you see Adams, his abilities lighten up. That transfer that we got, and that's LeCount getting into the end zone, putting us up now 20-7, 21-7, pending the extra point, extending our lead here before halftime, shushing the Temple crowd to the delight of the number 8 undefeated UAB Blazers. Feels good to be the number 18. But I know in order to be a number 5 or better team, we have to show dominance over opponents like this. Even though they are in our conference and they are one of the better in our conference, we have to show dominance over opponents such as Temple so we can climb the rankings, so we can possibly vie for that number 1 spot in the country eventually. But right now, like I said before, we need to focus on one play at a time. And one play at a time right now is showing our dominance here, closing out this half with no points given up. The clock is going, and Temple has used all of their timeouts. So what a sack could really do for us would be amazing. But they will get another catch, and I missed the tackle altogether. And that stops the clock. And so now they're down to the 23-yard line, but the clock is going to continue to go in. And that's going to run it out. And, man, we get lucky there that the Temple wasn't able to use any more of their time. So that'll bring Temple out here for the first drive of the second half. We got to continue this dominance, man. We got to get this team off the field again. We did a good job a couple of times. As you see, they'll try to go with that jet touch pass. But look at that D-line. Look at those linebackers. Look at Nate Breeder getting there in the backfield, dropping that receiver for a 3-yard loss. So now a screen here on second down, and Nate Breeder misses the tackle. Man, that was a nice spin, making it now 3rd and 6. So on 3rd and 6 here early in the third quarter, man, let's get off the field. Let's get the ball back. Let's put some more points up. But he throws a crazy pass. And I mean the craziest pass I have ever seen in my life. A fadeaway post route. Wow. To extend the drive, I'm glad it just wasn't a touchdown. I'm glad we were able to save. All right, yeah. Man. I'm quite disgusted with what EA just allowed to happen in this game. But I'm trying to move on from it. But it's 2nd and inches here with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. I'm sorry. As Temple threatening here with a nice catch and run, getting down to the 4-yard line. And for whatever odd reason, Kerry Brown started the whole play offsides. And that throws me off, and that's a touchdown for the Owls. And so now a 21-14 game after an incredible third down play to extend the Owls' last drive. And so we'll hand it off to LeCount to start our first drive of the second half. And that proves to give us a 5-yard gain. That's what you want. You want 5 yards or better every time you touch the ball or run the ball. And so now here on second down, we'll get it to Hooks, who has some space, some speed, and is up near midfield for his second catch of the game. We're going to try to get him more involved as we see an opportunity to do just that. Again, scanning that defense, looking for one-on-one opportunities, but O'Kee sees the middle of the field and he'll take his opportunity. Almost up to 100 yards just in rushing on this game for O'Kee, as he stepped up in the pocket over and over and over and over in this game. Extending drives, extending plays, giving our receivers chances and opportunities to make nice catches, as we probably throw the worst pass of the game, another pick six, and that'll tie the game up, as that corner just jumped that route so beautifully. I talked about All-Americans. I talked about being number one. And now I need to talk about adversity, because that's exactly what we're up against, as now the game is tied here in the third quarter. Our second drive after that terrible interception that I just threw there on O'Kee's behalf. So we'll have to find a way to get the offense back rolling, as Bishop has a step, but it's just a bit overthrown there by O'Kee, who's got to find his rhythm here again pretty fast, as we don't have much time left and we got to get our possessions rolling. But LeCount, looking to take matters in his own hand, has a step, has the speed, has the sideline, is down, and that's a touchdown, Blazers. When zero is in, you got to let him spin. And that's exactly what we did to get our momentum back in this game. Cordell LeCount taking matters into his own hand there on third and short, taking it the distance, getting a step on the linebacker there facing blitz, and giving us the lead back. And so once again, I'll say it, all we got to do is get a stop here on defense. And we can very much so get that 2-score lead right back, the way this offense is still playing. But that won't do it right there. That won't help, giving up nice completions there on first down. Already down to midfield off just one play there for Temple. And there on their second play, almost in striking distance for points. So we got to find a way to drive them backwards, as they didn't run the ball on either of those first two plays, so that didn't help, as they'll throw it here for the third straight time. And man, look at number 82 there, juking Hartman out of his shoes. Hartman, one of our new additions, man, having to get his trial by fire. But he'll have to continue to grow throughout the season, as Breida helps us out there on just a short gain here. As we're getting close to getting ready to wrap up this third quarter, defense is going to have to bow up here, show some pride, show something to show us that they want to be in this game. And so we'll see if Temple runs a play here before the quarter goes out, as Hart calling for the snap will get the play off and will hand and take it for himself into the end zone for an Owl touchdown, tying the game right back up. Fourth quarter, 8 minutes left to go in the last quarter of the game. There's nothing left but to put up or shut up here for both teams. And that'll bring the offense back on the field. We're quiet in the stadium post, but we did lose a 14-point lead here, as we'll throw it over to Hooks, and it is intercepted. One play into our drive, and when I throw my third interception of the game here in a critical spot in the game, I'm making bad decisions here. And this Owl offense, relentless. They don't care. They just happy to be in the game now after giving them back not just a chance at the game, but a chance now to take the lead in the game. So with 7 minutes left here in the fourth quarter, just trying to slow tempo down at this point, trying to hold them to 3 at least or generate a turnover somehow. We have to do everything for the defense to carry this offense, who has been very abysmal today with turnovers. And that's another nice catch there for the Owls. We'll put them on the 4-yard line now. Second and goal here. Probably just another handoff here for the Owls. But it's more of the same there for Hart, who has heart and goes for his second touchdown. Just another case of a good running back using his legs to hurt us, just like O'Kee had been doing all game. But every time we drop back to throw, we just seem to throw interceptions. And so now Temple will take the lead, a 7-point lead here after a complete swing in the second half, all on my own behalf of just throwing this game in the garbage can. So we'll have to move on here and put our offense back out because we still got a game to win. As we're going for the big, as Byler is there, but it's just a little overthrown and underthrown. So we need to be simple and just take what the defense gives us instead of trying to go for the big play and tie it back up. So we'll hand it off to Tabor. We'll get a decent gain there. With 5 minutes left to go in the game, now we're not just looking to, take the lead or take control of the game. We got to get back tied up as Adai gets another catch here. His first in the second half. He's great for us in the first half. No. Second and 10 here after getting back to the line, but getting nothing. Tabor, one-on-one with the linebacker. We're going to take our chance, that one-on-one shot, and that safety valve works. That's a touchdown for DT Darren Tabor, who will tie this game up. We put him one-on-one out there with that linebacker O'Kee, able to hit his man in stride. We might have had some terrible turnovers today, but we still had some pretty decent passes. And 70 points put up between these two teams. I know you guys did not take the over for the point spread or for the amount of points that was going to be in this game, as that is almost a turnover there on the kickoff. It would have been critical. It would have been huge for us to get the ball back there on the 15-yard line and go ahead and reclaim the lead, but instead that will send back out Brady Hart, who after 2 straight rushing touchdowns now brings his team back on field with confidence. So second down here with 3 minutes left to go. Hart drops back again, and he hits his speedy receiver there. And so he's able to pick up a pretty nice gain there, making it a 3rd and 3. And this time we're going to watch out for Brady Hart. We're not going to let him pull the ball if that's what he's going to do. But instead he just throws a slant, and I press square trying to knock it away. But instead I go for the dive, but Harmon saves the play and makes the tackle there. So now with 3 minutes left to go in the last quarter of the game, Hart threatening. Again, probably in field goal distance, throws a short pass and Spears is there. 2 minutes and going on the clock. We got to get a stop or, just try to get them to go for a field goal here as they throw it behind the line. And Pete and our cornerback over there make the stop. So now it's just 2 minutes left on this big time 3rd and 8 for Temple. As they just throw the RPO, and Spears gets there, but not in time to stop Humphries from getting the first down, extending the drive. That's not good news. That does not spell good news for us. We got to get a stop. And not only that, we got to start using our timeouts to do it, as they're for sure probably going to get 3 points if we don't get a turnover here, as that's just a nice catch. And I'm going to let them score. Unfortunately, I'm going to let them score because I feel like in 2 plays or less, they would have scored anyway, and I just want to preserve the time. A minute 37 left in the game. Unfortunate situation here for the Blazers. One that I put myself in, as we see a die here on the first play open. And we're going to hit him as we countered that blitz pretty well. And so the clock's going, but we got all 3 timeouts. And we're looking to use them as late as we can as we get a screen right there. And we get out of bounds after getting the first down, which will stop the clock there for the Blazers with 1 minute and 23 seconds left now. Already up to midfield. Facing the blitz again. We'll just throw it here to Bishop, who gets a nice first down again, therefore stopping the clock. I'm not sure what exactly the Owls' plan is here, but they're sending a heap of blitzes as Tabor will dump it down to him. Has plenty of space there on the sideline, getting him now up to the 13-yard line with all 3 timeouts still left in the game and 40 seconds and ticking to go. We'll hand it off now to Tabor since we got our time and our timeouts, and we'll take one immediately after the play. Not trying to think too far ahead, but we got to think about what our options are here. If we do score a touchdown, do we go into overtime since the way the game went? Do we go for 2? But right now we got to focus on scoring. And so once again, we'll hand it off there to Tabor, and he'll get nothing. So we'll rush back to the line. And so, of course, if we get the first down here, the clock will stop. But we still have 2 timeouts. But we got to go ahead and take one because now it doesn't matter either way it goes. It is 4th and 4. It would be our last play of the game if we're not careful here. But on 4th and 4, we'll send out O'Kee, who has a man. It's Hooks. And almost a touchdown there, but instead, exactly what we need in a completion with the clock still ticking. And with 17 seconds left, we'll hand it off there to Tabor and come up with a touchdown. And I knew it because I wanted to do it. They are suggesting us to go for it, so that's exactly what we'll do here. With the game on the line, seeing how the Owls are lined up, we'll take the snap. We'll see our man. We'll hit him, and that's Hooks for the hookup. 11 seconds and 3 timeouts is still too much for me. Not comfortable enough. Coach Cena and this heavily fought contest between 2 greats in this American Conference. And after an incompletion there on first down, you see it. The Owls are going straight for the Hail Mary now, as they'll look to take their shot to get close to field goal range now as opposed to later. And hopefully we could come up with those 3 sacks like we did last season, but they're unable to come up with the interception. And so that'll make this the last play of the game, barring any penalties, barring anything that could come up right here, as hard as making adjustments to his offense. And there, under pressure, Brian going for the interception, but instead we'll just take the completion out of bounds for the 1-point win and will walk away after a 21-point swing in the third quarter off 2 pick sixes and a third interception later on in the game that would cause all 21 points or the majority of the 21 points scored in the second half. But a resilient number 8 UAB Blazer team is still able to come out with a victory